The challenges that we can face, we can confront together. You know, with the type of leadership that listens, that understands, and then wants best for everybody. We must appreciate that we have a national asset with the ocean front. You know, we have to encourage people to want to go back to our ocean front. A lot of folks in this city feel they're disenfranchised, that their government doesn't listen, it doesn't care. They don't go to the ocean front for a lot of reasons. I want to be the champion of everybody that lives west of Pacific Avenue. I want to be the champion of the small business guy in the strip mall. I have a restaurant in my neighborhood that is suffering because Kmart and Farm Fresh went out of business and nobody's going there. We got to think about the little businesses. We got to think about the families. We are an aging city. You know, I see more and more people that have trouble. I see senior spouses taking care of their senior spouses because they can't afford to go to a nursing home or a place like this. I see people that have difficulty paying their water bills and buying medicine. I see it. So I think, in all honesty, I'm the guy that you need for this season. The next 2 years is going to be a transformational period in the history of Virginia Beach. We are going to go, we're a good city. We got a lot of things going on, but we got to do better. We need a little course correction. We got to have everybody in the city feel as though they're part of the city, and they're going to be listened to. And I give you my word, I give you my commitment, and if anybody knows me, I am known as being a man of my word. I am known as being a man of integrity. Please vote, and get your friends to vote. Bobby D., November 6th. Thank you. God bless.
I'd like to thank Gary Byler for an excellent job. Wait, is it me or the length?
I said the length.
Yes, we're going to have the candidates. You have 1 minute. And just basically do it in the order that I saw you come in the room, so if you're all right with that. Paul Day will be first, followed by Mary Watson, Kendra Edwards, and Laura Hughes, and then we'll go in there.
You said 1 minute. 1 minute. Yes. My name is Paul Day, and I'm a retired Virginia Beach police officer, 27 years. I'm also a United States Navy veteran, and I was a school resource officer, dare officer, and after I retired from the Virginia Beach Police Department, I became a substitute teacher for 10 years. My platform is student discipline and school safety, but I really want to, as we go through the campaign, I've already knew this in the back of my mind. I want to bring this out. We talk about bullying in our schools, and we also have bullying amongst our teachers. I have talked to several teachers throughout the campaign, especially the last 3 or 4 years. The teachers in their 50s, high 50s, low 60s are being forced to either retire or resign. Yesterday I was at a Acredale Civic League meeting. A young man, well, not a young man, he's actually 75. He came up to me and goes, Mr. Day, he says, you probably won't be able to do anything about this, but my sister, who's in her late 50s, was basically forced to retire. She didn't want to retire. So if you don't conform with the administration wants, especially at the very top, they try to make life miserable for you. And that's another issue I want to tackle, is to support the teachers. So vote for Paul Day, November 6th, for Princeton District, wherever it is.
I'm Mary Watson Wales, and I'm your candidate for the Lynn Haven District. I'm a retired English teacher. I taught for 30 years. And some of the things I started seeing, socially promoting our students, not being allowed to give zeros or being discouraged from giving zeros. There was a survey that went out, 70% of parents and students wanted to keep valedictorian, salutatorian, and yet our school board voted to get rid of that. I want to bring that back. I want to hold our students accountable academically and behaviorally, and I also want to focus on safe schools. We need to expand what we're doing with our safe schools. We need to examine other models across the country, particularly schools who have already suffered from school shootings. Part of their model now is evacuation. Recently, there was a robbery at one of our local schools. They were in shutdown, lockdown mode, but the bus drivers were told to remain in the bus loop and just to shut their doors. That's not adequate. That's a good opportunity for them to evacuate and go elsewhere. Mary Watson Wales, please vote for me November 6th.
Hello, good morning. My name is Kendra Edwards, and I'm running for Virginia Beach Public Schools School Board for the city down at the Beach District. And I have lived here for over 40 years. My children, my grandchildren are now going through Virginia Beach City Public Schools. My husband is a military veteran. We have been here off and on for 43 years. I'm running, my platform is school safety, that's where I work. I've worked for the Virginia Beach City Public Schools for over 24 years. I am right now in this school security department. I want to make schools safer, and I know that we can do that with everyone's help for voting for Kendra Edwards, Mary Wales, Paul Day, and Laura Hughes. I would also like to bring back valedictorian and salutatorian. My grandchildren are looking forward to that, to help them go through college. So I would love to have your vote November 6th. If you would like to have a sign, I have them out here in the hallway. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Laura Hughes. I'm running for an at-large seat on the school board. I'm a newly licensed attorney working on my guardian ad litem certification. I volunteer as a CASA, and I'm also a special education advocate. I'm running for school board because I want to make sure that we have safe schools, that we maintain high academic standards, which includes bringing back valedictorian, salutatorian, and class rank. We need fair and consistent disciplinary standards, and we also need to raise teacher morale. We are losing good teachers, which penalizes our students. I have signs in the hallway, which I would love for you to take. I have a flyer for a fundraiser for me on Tuesday, and I have some cards which have my website, my email address. I would love for you to be able to read my whole platform, which I cannot give you in 1 minute. And my email address is on there. Please reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have for me. Thank you.
Okay, the city council in this order: John Moss, Conrad Sheventor, and then RK, Eric, and David Nygaard. Okay, in that order.
Well, it's great to be here. It's like old home readers. And I want to thank Gary, I want to thank you all for having us here. But this is important. This is very, very important to pass this and share this with your friends. We have a chance to have a new governing majority. You know, the city council's like the Supreme Court, except we need one more. 6 makes policy. I've loved being your voice. I said I would be your voice of reason and your advocate, and I have been. I've done that, I think, quite well. But you're the final judge of that. But it's lonely. Jessica was great. She's a great replacement for Bill the Stuff. But we need 4 more to help Bobby on top of that for mayor. That is key. That's who sets the agenda. That's who sits on HR TAG. That's important, because that's the group they're trying to take money from roads to give to Norfolk to pay for their light rail. So it is important on November 6th. This ballot is really, I have to say it, November 6th is our Independence Day from special interest on City Council. It's your day. Please vote for the Friends of the Elephant on November 6th. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. Earlier this year, my brother Stephen put in a pool in his house, an above-ground pool. The city of Virginia Beach charged him for the water he used, but also charged him for the water he did not give back to the city through the drains. They essentially double charged him for that. He appealed to the city. The city didn't listen to his appeal, and he still got double charged for that. That's why I'm running, because the city isn't necessarily listening to us citizens. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to correct it, provided you consider Conrad for Senator on November 6th. Thank you.
I'm Mark K. Most of you guys know me, and a lot of things were said today that you see me fight against for the years, the arena deals, convention centers. But when I say fight against, I'm not fighting against something just to fight against something. I'm fighting against something because it's not right. Because I've done my homework, I've did my FOIA request. I understand the difference. I've been in business for almost 40 years. I'm at the ocean front. My family's in construction. I'm OSHA certified. My wife's a school teacher for 37 years. I know dozens and dozens of restaurateurs at the beach, hoteliers. I talk to them all the time. I know what their needs are, but I also know something else too. I don't have to represent everybody past the low water mark at the beaches. So we are an at-large system. Just because I represent the ocean front, that doesn't mean I don't represent the rest of you guys as well. It's so crucial we understand that. One of the biggest things that people misunderstand, that we're an at-large system. I filter that question every single day. I can't vote for you, but you can. And I'm sending the message. So please send that message to your friends and neighbors as well, because it's a big confusion. Listen to me, you know how passionate I am. And let me use this passion to help you. This is not my race, this is your race. As John said, we have a chance to change a lot of things, and we need to do it now. Vote RK for the Beach District.
Hello everyone, I'm Eric Brady. A lot of you pretty much know who I am. Thank you all for coming on this great Saturday morning to hear what Bobby had to say. I've got some big shoes to fill. I'm running to succeed Bobby. I've got some big shoes to fill. Bobby has served Centerville. He's not been opposed, and so he's been responsible to the citizens, to the neighbors, and that's where I want to be. I want to be responsive. I want to do the job. And I think pretty much everyone in this room pretty much knows who they're going to vote for. I mean, I'm sorry, I just think that's pretty much a safe bet. But let me just say this, do not be snowed. And there's an opponent in my race who's taking money from Bruce Thompson, who's taking money from the Franklin Corporation. Think about that. When they come and they talk about coming together, they're not saying anything, but they're still taking money. Who will their interest be? Will their special interest be you? Or will it be special interest to Bruce Thompson? Folks, if we want to change the direction, we have got to be smart about our vote. And we've got to get this message out, and we have got to make sure that everyone knows that, like John said, his election is going to be not Independence Day, probably Valentine's Day, but it's going to be Independence Day, November, and Bobby also talks about November 13th. But also keep in mind, when Bobby wins and when I win, we will take those last 4 council meetings as he and I will be council people. So don't forget that. If a good government is just one vote away when you go all the way, very great. Thank you very much.
I'm David Nygaard. Thank you so much for having me. I have to tell you, these are the times to try and souls, right? These are difficult and sometimes dangerous times to be in politics today. And I'm going to tell you that it doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, because I've been both, and they're difficult. And let me tell you, some people have compared my race to a Jerry Springer show. I've had people driving around my neighborhood, banging on my door and putting notes on my car. But I'm in this campaign because I don't want to just be a candidate. I want to lead. Some of the things that I have brought forth is the referendum that I want to bring to you. We have started, we're on an at-large system. I'd like to move us to a district voting system. Power in our city is concentrated in the hands of a few, and it's time we break that up. We cannot change a corrupt system until we can't stop until we change it. And so the referendum is the opportunity that we have to change the system. I'm David Nygaard. I'm running for the Beach District. I do have the signature ballots here if you want to sign it, but they're going to be distributed. We're going to need about 35,000 signatures in order to put this referendum on the people. Thank you so much for having me. I hear my time's up. I appreciate it.
I'd like to thank you all for coming, and our candidate versus our candidates for coming today. And I get this, for me, it's a really, and our board, it's a very empowering no-show, because it just basically says how frightened the other side is about having the truth come forward. So I guess it sounds like I'm a little prejudiced because I have known Bobby for a long time, Mr. Davenport has been arrogant and rude to me, so I don't have any problem with saying, I'm sorry, I hope you don't win this weekend. Thank you all for coming. We still have refreshments, and I think we've got an announcement.
Yes. Thank you, Marlene. I think everybody in this room received a mass